Hi.
You want to tell me what you've done?
Well, thanks. I don't even just let the camera show them what we did the thing. So we came across a screaming deal on a Turbo 400. So I know in the past video recently I said I'm never gonna buy a Turbo 400 for my truck. I'm never gonna buy a Turbo 400 for my truck.
I'm never gonna buy a Turbo 400 for my truck.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Because I had no intention to, at the price it should cost. This setup new is $28,000, and we spent about half of that on it. So we got a shifter that we ordered yesterday at lunch, and it came, which they're in Missouri, so it's not like super surprising that's here today. But the shifter's here. We'll have a transfer case. We're picking it up tomorrow evening. From Derek, we've got the jack shaft we need to run the divorce transfer case coming from SCS. Derek's got the spacer that I need for here. Mid plate's being cut in Marion this afternoon. Adapter plate we will have from Fire Punk. It's based off of D-Stroked, but it's made by King Speed. It was actually for Seth Higgins' Nova when he was building that. So it's kind of a one-off deal. We'll have that. When A-Tech fixes their stuff, we'll have a Pro Torque starter for a 6-liter that'll be here. And then we're gonna see if we can get this put in before Shide, which is
Mildly retarded.
Yeah, I think it's doable. Actually, I know it's doable. It might not be real fun, but it's gonna be doable.
Gonna be some late nights.
The cool thing is too, is this shifter, you don't have to do anything. I just unbolt the old shifter, and then I bolt the new one in. It's the same. Because Suncoast shifter is an M&M shifter with different plates on the side. So yeah, again, we're kind of stupid. So is anybody
It's not
though.
we, it's you.
No, okay. You're racing the stupid diesel truck too.
I know, true.
We're all real dumb. Because this in a car would be really dumb. So anyways, yeah. This should be fun. Well, we got this fancy bell housing, this titanium, and it's got this sweet grab handle, but I have so you can kind of tell because the way it fits, but that's factory firewall, and this is the floor pan that Grant made for us back in the day, like 4 years ago or something crap. So this handle is too tall, so we're just gonna cut it off and call it a day, because honestly I think the handles is neat, but
It's a little
kind of
awkward.
Also, something to touch on. So we had a stock DLD transfer case. We didn't take the 4-low out of it because everybody we talked to, it's like 8-10 pounds, something stupid like that. Everybody said the SCS is heavy. The SCS is not heavy. It is actually a half-pound lighter than my DLD. The difference is the jack shaft. The jack shaft is an additional 5 pounds. But we lost about 85 pounds in the transmission compared to that heavy turd. I'd say altogether we're just going to call it a smooth 100 pounds is what we'll lose.
Yep.
Get the gym weights out.
That's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, I can start eating more.
I can say you can eat more. Literally what I was gonna say.
Cheeseburgers!
It's currently Monday morning,
Currently, Monday morning,
and we're doing things.
Shide week.
It is.
This week we're going to hate money a lot. So, update. I actually think I've got some video of it. If not, maybe we can get some too. But, so, touching base where we were. Adapter plate, mid plate, trans, we have converter spacing figured out. Cross member for the trans is modified and done. Transfer case cross member is being made. I've got ideas for mounting on that. Drive shafts have been ordered from the drive shaft shop. They know what we need. They should be done hopefully tomorrow evening, if not first thing Wednesday morning. Everett has everything be here tomorrow. We need to finish the bulkhead from the floor down to the trans so that everything's there for dumps and soft lock and
Easy stage and all that.
All that stuff. We got a shift cable for a sprint car coming for our four-wheel drive linkage. Just say the only big question mark, and I know it'll fit, we just gotta grind it, is the starter. We gotta move the wires to the starter, but the starter it will fit
work.
With
it's
our
tight.
power steering pump, but it's tight. As long as it's, I don't care. Both are stationary objects. I don't care if it's tight, as long as they fit. And I'll grind on one or the other, I don't care. Not above it. So we don't have to change any of that, I don't think. So far, our biggest holdup has been dealing with converter stuff because it's about 50-50 on who runs Suncoast Pro Torque stuff and who runs Neil Chance stuff. So like Fire Pump and all those guys run Neil Chance. So when I ask questions to them, they don't have answers because they don't run the same stuff we do. So our main contact, and honestly we'll just call him our biggest sponsor of getting the Turbo 400, has been Derek Rose. That dude literally has like 3 of everything. So he's actually currently, like he just finished texting me, he's overnighting me his spare converter. That I probably won't even unbolt it, I won't do anything, I'm just gonna stick it in, it should be the same as his. He's also sending me the slip yoke I need for the rear drive shaft so we can put that on. He has given me his spare transfer case, which he did not want money for currently because he's not sure if he actually wants to sell it. He just said you can use that until I either need it back or you buy a new one. All the information, I mean, like I've probably called him 15 times. So he's been super helpful. So yeah, overall, it hasn't been bad. Obviously,
it's been fairly straightforward.
If you're not capable of doing fabrication and you don't have contacts, I could see how it would be a monster because getting the information from everybody is hard. But knowing the people that we know, and you know, we've been buddies with these people for a long time. We've been doing this crap for 15 years, so we're kind of pulling all of our buddy strings on this one. If we can get it to go
60 feet, 100 feet.
We can even get it to go 60 foot and 300 feet what we were going with the 47, and then go out the back with the .88 and third, this baby's gonna be a monster. So
the other thing we got done was the shifter too.
Yeah,
the shifter in yesterday.
Out, got all the linkage stuff figured out. So.
And it's literally the exact same as the old one.
Yep. So mounting base. So Suncoast 4-speed shifter is an M&M shifter, and then it has Suncoast plates on the side. So our mounting base, same. Air solenoid stuff, same. Shift linkage, same. And then the cool thing is, it comes with a GM bracket. We're running a GM transmission. So there was no like major question mark on mounting the bracket. It just went on where it was supposed to go. So that's good because normally that's something we fight. You know, you get this shifter and it's not designed for a Dodge, and you have to make your own bracket. There's not really a lot of good places, and the pans are webbed. Where like this has a Moroso pan, it's flat, there's no webbing, and then we're moving along. So I'm excited.
Mitchell,
Yes, sir.
tell me what we're doing here.
Well, we are installing the 15-inch innovative machining brake kit on Jerry Parrott's truck. He bought some new welds for it. He's going to do the Valco like we do, but they didn't have them in stock or something, so he went with the welds, which are just as good, just as light. I don't know what cost difference is, you'd have to ask Jerry, but and now we're just putting that on here before shide. And then after this gets done, we're going to pull the old transmission out, refresh it, do a trans brake with a bump and all that good stuff. So we're going to get these installed and get the trans out today.
All right, so we got Jerry Parrish truck here. It's a 590 truck. I believe second points right now. I think he won. Maybe, what race did you win, Jerry? You won the first race? Rudy's and UCC. Okay, so you won 590 Rudy's UCC. Jerry's truck's up here. He had some transmission issues at Rocky Top and ended up being trans control problem. They thought they lost second gear band. They put a trans in it or replaced second gear band. Either way, went out and make this pass. Still didn't have second gear. We pulled the trans out, looked at it here. Band literally looks brand new. Like, I don't even know if it was applied.
It doesn't even know it wasn't applied.
Skipped a second. So we're going to go ahead and go to a 4-speed trans brake valve body from Suncoast. We got the shifter. We did all the air solenoid stuff, put a Davis on it for the trans brake and the bump, lock up, all that stuff, and then we're going to shift it off the ECM because it's got CM849. So we're getting all that done up. Everett went through the trans, and then Jerry pulled it, put it back in, and then Everett did the wiring stuff on it. And then I think Mitchell got all the stuff ordered today to finish up the air shifter stuff. And then we're going to try to test tomorrow, which is Wednesday before Shide. If not, we'll test at Shide on Thursday. So that's kind of the deal. He had a 80 millimeter 5-blade turbo from Stainless. That turbo worked great. He just wanted to try out this 85 millimeter that Mitchell had as a spare, just see how it does. So we're going to try that out. This is from the guys over at AirTech. And yeah, so that's what we're going to go on with this. We're going to work on finishing up the Davis setup, and then I think we're going to do a few tune revisions to get the spool and bump and everything happy on it. And then, like I said, we'll go to the track and make sure it's dialed. And then, I don't know, he was pretty damn consistent, but maybe he'll be more damn consistenter. If the trans works, Jerry will probably win. Mitchell.
Oh, yeah.
Mitchell. Anyways, so we'll see how that goes. He also did, he's got this nice sticker here, it's Lights Out 14. He was #1 qualifier on the 6.0 index. He went 6.000. #1 qualifier against a bunch of gas guys showing him up. So, pretty cool truck. Happy it's here, happy to help him out. We're excited for Shine to see this thing go out, put people on the trail.
Including Mitchell.
Including Mitchell. How's it look in the camera? The black look good?
It's very,
Or does it look
it's
like trash?
reflective. It's
Yeah,
very,
it makes this shiny.
yeah.
So, for those of you that do know, oh, you drilled the hole.
I drilled the hole, yeah.
You did, okay.
See,
All right, so for those of you that know what you're looking at, I don't have to tell you what you're looking at. Those of you that don't know,
well, I mean, we're halfway through the video at this point, but you know.
if you're halfway through the video and you still don't know what we're doing, this is a Turbo 400 aluminum mid plate. This is a King Speed one-off adapter plate for Turbo 400. This is still the same piece of crap Cummins engine. We've got Turbo 400. The converter, we had parts swapped out over there. So we are going to, this is going to be the final install before we go to the race.
Well, we've had like in and out 2 or 3 times now.
We've had in and out 2 or 3 times. We did initial trans fit up, figured out our converter pull out, got our spacer ordered, got all that figured out. And then we had to spend I spent a whole day mounting the transfer case, which none of that's in here, but the transfer case mount will go right here. There's a bunch of brackets that come off of it. It mounts the transfer case right to the back of the transmission. It's, I wouldn't say complex, but there's a lot of stuff going on. So we got all that mounted. We've got drive shafts will be done tomorrow, front and rear. Yokes and everything will be here. We got our strange pinion on the front, and then our pinion yoke on the front, and then our tone wheel for drive shaft speed was too small, so I ordered a different one to go on the front, and then we're going to move our drive shaft speed to the front because we were having issues with where we were reading it before. We got some super custom spacers for our starter. That has been the biggest battle we've had so far. So we got a laser place up the road that cut us some spacers. So when we get the starter in, the flex plate's pretty tight to the adapter and the starter stuck out too far. So we had to shim it out. I believe these two together are 3/8 of an inch. And then did we end up having to, where's your other shims at?
They're on there.
Oh, they're on there. Yep. Okay, cool. And then there's 2 smaller shims behind that. So I think our total spacing is about 400 thousandths or so. I haven't double checked, but I know from what I was looking at, I don't know if we're going to be able to run the drain where it was.
We might have to
It's
go
going
in
to
the
be
front of
close.
the
We might
block.
have to go to the front.
Yeah. So,
Power's off in fact.
turn the nitrous bottle on. Turn the power on. You got power. Got everything on the shifter done for the Mac valve. Just testing it out.
Where's that thing
Wired
supposed to
up.
be set at? Like 8 bucks.
This is actually going to read the same as bottle pressure, but it's preset to 85 pounds.
It is two-wheel drive. Whoa.
It came back to an idle too quick. I don't have a reference for RPM, so I'm just like, I don't know, it sounds like a lot.
You had the auto cal plugged in. There's a wire right here. You're standing on it. You can watch RPM off that.
Why does it keep dying?
I don't know.
It's like actually losing power. Is this very, is it possible that
It is possible.
something's loose? Have you had that issue before?
I did. It shut off with me in the last run down the track. And I let off the road.
Is the thing pulled apart? Because like it's literally shutting off. Like
It's pulled.
I mean, it feels like shit. We could get one. Hey, let's get a new switch because this thing feels pretty weak.
I noticed that, yeah.
That's what I think it's the switch.
Okay, let's get it. Let's you want to call Napa and just.
Because I mean that's right there where it's slamming the gear, so it could be vibrating it
Yeah,
enough
that's
to where
probably what it is. It's banging the shifter so hard. Let me see.
Now, like I said, it shut off with me on the last pass. So
Let's do this. But this is not the first time this has happened.
No.
Okay, I was like, I just want to make sure.
So,
Not necessarily.
wire right here was a little bit loose, and when it came up and shifted, it would shut the truck off.
Yeah, that time it did, and it just made nice flames.
Yeah, I don't know if I got it on video, but there was a nice flame coming out of there.
Okay, so the shifter works. Only thing we need to test too is lockup, and I can do that with the
Davis.
yeah. If you wanted.
It's in your office, I believe.
Is it?
Because we took everything out of the truck,
All right.
trying to clean it all up. Oh, that's good.
1,058 and I let off early. I'd say that'll work. And it shifted right when I let off. Like, it came up, and right as it was starting to spin, because it shakes when it spins and makes your vision get blurry. Right as it got to the top, it was starting to spin, and I let off, and then the shifter hit. So now we know that works, and lockup works. Yeah, I was holding the output, so I was in control of it. So I'll look at the log and make sure it was good, but if it goes to 156, I'll clean up some of it too. Did it clean up under power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all. It wasn't half as bad as the other day.
What are you doing in there?
Huh?
What are you doing in there?
Converter bolts, like the weirdest way ever. It's like
Sitting on a chair.
yeah, it's like a two-part process where like you gotta fish the bolt in, and then you gotta use a ratchet wrench to run it down, and then we gotta use these Milwaukee sockets so we can fit a wrench on the socket because there's no room for a ratchet. I'm on number 6 of 12 though. I've only been doing it for, I don't know, 10 minutes.
So, got everything done except for the wiring.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to,
We're
well,
gonna make sure the starter works. Oh, battery's dead.
hook the battery back up. Oh, and I turned the power off back here. There's that. Dang it. Yep. That converter's tight.
They have dumps. This is normal.
It works.
Okay, now let's do it again. It kicks back out though, so it needs just a little bit. But it's good to know that it'll kick itself back out, and you can hear it when it doesn't. So if it does it, you can shut it off.
Much
At
happy.
this point, it's good enough that we can get it to the track. No,
I just need to pin the connector. That's all I gotta do.
But I'm like nervous. I'm like, oh God, is it gonna go backwards? Is it gonna go backwards, Everett?
It's gonna work.
All right, I think so.
It needs the battery hooked
I
up.
know.
That was actually.
That converter's so tight. I think it might be good. All right, so finishing off this video, it is actually now a week and a half after Shide. The truck did not make Shide. To be fair, it's not anything we did. As far as the transmission swap goes and everything like that, Wednesday night the truck was moving under its own power. It went forward, went backwards. You guys saw that in the video. We ended up having an issue where when converter pressure would come up, lockup pressure would come up, and that's not supposed to happen. You're supposed to have converter pressure, no lockup pressure until you command lockup. We spent most of Wednesday late afternoon talking with Johnny from Rossler. Ran through a bunch of stuff. We had the trans out, we pulled the input shaft assembly out, pulled parts of the valve body off, we air checked stuff. Everything tested good. So we quadruple checked our wiring, we tested all solenoids and verified which ones were which in the Motec software. Everything tested perfect. Like, it doesn't make sense. So we let it sit for a week after Shide because I was just tired of messing with it. We actually put it back in this week and tried, just hoping that maybe we fixed something. Still no, it still wasn't right. So luckily it moved. So we moved it out over to the 2-post off the 4-post, and we just pulled it back out. It's currently sitting right here. Transfer case is on the ground. Drive line is all completely out. And as of tomorrow, which is Thursday, we'll be on the way to Rossler. We're gonna hang out Thursday evening somewhere up there, and then Friday morning we have an appointment with one of the main guys from Rossler. He's gonna go through the transmission, top to bottom, make sure everything looks good, clutch packs all look good. He's gonna go through the valve body, make sure everything looks right there. Once everything has been inspected, cleaned, and fixed, if he finds the problem, they'll put it on their transmission dyno with their torque converter they run with everything. They'll be able to test all of the circuits, lock up, make sure every gear works, make sure the trans brake's working right, make sure pressures are right. That way when it's done, we come back with a clean bill of health, it's fresh, everything worked on the dyno. Nothing is different from their dyno to my truck. We're also bringing the torque converter. He said he knows a fair amount about converters. He looks at them pretty regular, so he's gonna run through that torque converter, make sure everything looks good on it, air check it, make sure there's nothing wrong. That way when we put this thing back in, we know that it's how it's supposed to be, so we can actually take the truck testing. So that's our update. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. A lot of good content in this video. I enjoyed rewatching the video, reviewing it. I think you guys will enjoy it. And yeah, hopefully the next video will be of us at Rossler saying what's wrong with the transmission, and then us putting it back in and maybe doing a test spool up. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. See you next time. Like, subscribe, do all that stuff.